Hey everyone! Gosh, I miss all of you so much, and I hope you all had a wonderful, wonderful spring break. I am here to do the math lesson. We are currently in lesson 11, and in your workbook, you will find that on page 14 and 15. But right now, I just want you to pay attention because I'm going to first model, and then I'm going to guide you through. So today you're also going to need your fraction strips. So if you want to pause real quick and go get your fraction strips, then we can get started. So your fraction strips and your workbook. Okay? All right. So today we're going to learn a new activity, and it's called Pick 2. You're going to be practicing, like we've continually practiced, how to combine fractions. Okay? So you see I have my one whole strip up here. Well, the object of the game is you have got to make a train of two pieces that are not the same color. So you cannot use two of the same pieces. They have to be different. So in our first example, we have 1/2, and it tells you to kind of, you don't have to put it on top, but you can, and 1/8. So guess what our addition sentence is going to look like? It's going to be 1/2 plus 1/8. Well, right offhand, we could do the long way because we learned this, how to add fractions with unlike denominators, but we also have visual pieces. We have pieces of fraction strips that could help us figure this out more easily. So we have 1/2 plus 1/8, okay? So what we need to do now is we are going to actually find out, well, how many eighths are in 1/2? All right, so look, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 1/2 plus 1/8 is what? It equals 5/8. Okay, well, not only does it equal 5/8, but it can also equal some others, right? So let's say 1/2 plus 1/8. Again, we could figure out what else it equals. We realized that 1/16 could go into it pretty easily. So let's count how many 1/16ths we would need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 1/2 plus 1/8, well, guess what? It also equals 10/16. Okay? So your plan is to make a train of two pieces that are not the same color. They have to be different colors. You're going to build another train that is the same length right below it using pieces that are all the same color. Okay? Could we have used 1/2 under here? No. 1/8 made the most sense. That's how we could break this one up. So 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 plus 1/8 equals 5/8. So it's telling you that 1/2 plus 1/8 equals 5/8. Okay? All right. But then you could try to build another one color train. Okay? And we realized that 1/16 could evenly go into these eighths 10 times. So 1/2 plus 1/8 equals 10/16. Okay? I know it's just teaching you how to compare fractions and realize that although they have different denominators, they can be equal. Okay? So not only can 1/2 plus 1/8 equal 5/8, 1/2 plus 1/8 can also equal 10/16. Okay? All right, so I'm going to real quick erase my board from writing, and we're going to start over. And now I'm going to guide you through this, and I'd like you to do this one with me, okay? All right, so I'm going to take all my 8s off. You have to bear with me for a second. And all my 16ths, being that there's 10 of them up here. All right, so now I'm guiding you. When I guide you, I need you to be doing this along with me, okay? All right, so what I need you to do now is pick 2 other different colored fractions. Well, since I'm modeling and guiding you, you're going to do the fractions that I pick. So I pick 1/4 this time and 1/8. So our addition problem is going to look like, sorry. Well, let Miss Juris get this done right here. So our addition problem is going to be 1/4 plus 1/8. Well, friends, how else can we build 1/4 and 1/8? What goes into 1/4? What could we compare 1/4 to? Well, we could very easily compare it to 1/8. Because how many 8s go into 1/4? We've done a lot of practice. 2 8s go into 1/4. But then you put a third one under here because you were doing 1/4 plus 1/8. And how many 8s are equal to it? 1, 2, 3. I want your model to look just like mine. So we know that 1/4 plus 1/8 equals 3/8. How quickly is this happening due to using visuals? We've learned how to do find the common denominators in our addition problems, but this is a little bit easier, right? Because we're using our fraction strips. All right, so now we've got to come up with another problem that could give us other fraction strips that we could use to be the same, equivalent to 1/4 plus 1/8. So really, when I think about it, we just did this in the last problem. 1/16 works perfectly. So we'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. I'd like your picture to look exactly like mine. And when it does, 1/4 plus 1/8 equals how many 16ths? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 16ths. Okay? All right? So today you will be picking 2. And it says to pick 2 different fraction strips. And you'll also use make 2 different addition problems with the same numbers on both addition problems, but using different fraction pieces of the same color. The directions, my friends, are on page 14. Read it and look at it again after you've watched this lesson, and it shows you. You first create your addition problem using 2 different fraction strips. You are then going to find fraction strips of the same color that would fit equally under both of those fractions you are adding together. Okay, and then you will write your addition sentence and find out that, oh, look, 5/8 fit under 1/2 plus 1/8. And then you'll do it one more time. 1/2 plus 1/8 equals 10 16ths. So you used your 16ths, all of the same color, underneath the 8s. Okay? All right, so I'm just going to show you real quick. You are to follow the steps on page 14, which this is page 14, giving you the instructions. And then over here is where you will put your 2 pieces. So for example, it says number 1, pick 2 fraction pieces. Well, we've done 1/4 and 1/8. You could use that as your first example, but do not use the example that is on the direction page. And then you can go from there. Friends, this should be pretty easy. We're kind of taking a step back and we are comparing, ordering, and just reviewing fractions and combining them and finding out how they're equal to one another, okay? All right, if you have any questions, email me, okay, and I will get to you. But I think that through watching this lesson and then looking at the directions, you should have no problem. I hope you guys all have a wonderful, wonderful day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.